Winter in northern England is never just cold. It's a season of tradition, expectation, and unpredictability. In 2025, the forecast brings more than a chill. It's a story of climate change and adaptation. This winter is a harbinger of change, testing the resilience of the north. Locals know the beauty of frost and the warmth of a shared fire. The 2025 forecast invites us to look deeper at the science, the stories, and the future of northern England's winter. Weather forecasting is a careful dance between art and science. Meteorologists rely on computer models pulling data from satellites and weather stations. These models predict temperature dips and sudden storms. Northern England's forecast layers multiple sources. The UK Met Office and researchers contribute findings. Some models predict wind well, others precipitation. It is a season teetering on the edge of extremes. New technology offers accurate, real-time readings. Forecasting winter is about managing risk and uncertainty. The phrase "southern chill" often dominates headlines, but northern England's weather is shaped by its own set of atmospheric drivers. The polar jet stream, a ribbon of fast-moving air high above the Earth, has a particular influence here. Its position and strength can mean the difference between a mild drizzle and a week of snow. In 2025, scientists expect the jet stream to wobble more than usual. This is due to fluctuating Arctic temperatures and unpredictable sea ice cover. When the stream dips south, cold air floods in from Scandinavia or the Arctic itself. When it loops north, milder Atlantic air takes over. Another key player is the North Atlantic Oscillation, or NAAO. When it swings positive, storms become frequent and winters are wet and mild. When negative, it can lock the region into cold, dry spells. This winter, the NAO is forecast to hover near neutral, suggesting a mix of both patterns. These atmospheric drivers interact in complex ways. This means that northern England could see sharp contrasts. Rain followed by snow, mild spells interrupted by icy winds. It is this unpredictability that makes winter here both challenging and, honestly, fascinating. Climate change is no longer a distant threat. It is a daily reality. Over the past decades, northern England has seen its winters grow milder overall, with fewer days of deep frost and heavy snow. This is the result of rising global temperatures, driven mainly by human activity. But a warming world does not mean an end to winter extremes. Instead, it brings more volatility. The atmosphere carries more moisture, making heavy rainfall and sudden snowstorms more likely. Cold snaps, though rarer, can be more intense when they do arrive. In 2025, the forecast suggests a continuation of these trends. Temperatures are expected to hover above the long-term average, but with bursts of bitter cold. Rainfall may be heavier, leading to an increased risk of flooding, especially in river valleys and urban areas. For northern England, these changes are not just statistics. They affect how people live, travel, and work. As climate trends reshape winter, communities must adapt, finding new ways to cope with uncertainty. The story of winter 2025 in northern England will be written in extremes. Forecasts suggest that, while long cold spells are less likely, there could still be short, sharp bursts of snow that blanket the upland areas. The Pennines, Lake District, and North Yorkshire Moors remain hotspots for heavy snow. But rain is expected to be a greater challenge than snow this year. Warmer air holds more moisture, so when it rains, it really pours. This increases the risk of flash flooding, especially in cities like Leeds, York, and Newcastle. Riverbanks and old drainage systems may struggle to keep pace. Wind is another wild card in the forecast. Atlantic storms can sweep across the region, bringing gales that topple trees and disrupt travel. The combination of saturated ground and strong winds can, unfortunately, lead to power cuts and damage to infrastructure. These extremes aren't evenly spread, though. Coastal towns might face erosion and flooding, while rural villages could be cut off by snow or fallen trees. The challenge, really, is to prepare for all possibilities, not just the average. Winter weather has always shaped Northern England's economy. Agriculture, transport, tourism, and retail all feel the effects of a harsh season. For 2025, the forecast brings both threats and opportunities. Heavy rain and floods can devastate farmland, washing away topsoil and delaying spring planting. Livestock face stress from cold snaps and muddy conditions. Transport disruptions hit businesses, while local shops can suffer if people stay home. Yet, there can be silver linings. When snow falls in the Highlands, winter tourism gets a boost. Ski slopes in Cumbria and Northumberland see more visitors. Pubs and inns fill with travellers seeking warmth. Even local craftspeople find new markets for winter goods, wool, candles, and preserves. Adaptation brings new economic activity. Flood defences, renewable heating, and winter-proof infrastructure are areas of growth. Government grants and community action help cushion the blows. The challenge is to turn adversity into opportunity. For the people of Northern England, winter is more than weather. It is a way of life. Community resilience is central. In 2025, the forecast tests this resilience once again. Local councils and volunteers prepare sandbags and gritters as early as autumn. Neighbours check on the elderly and vulnerable. Lifestyle changes are emerging. More homes rely on renewable heating systems, like air source heat pumps. People plan flexible commutes, using remote work when roads are impassable. Schools and businesses update protocols for closures and emergencies. Traditional winter gatherings, markets, fairs, and festivals face new challenges. Organisers adapt by moving stalls indoors or offering online alternatives. Yet, the spirit of togetherness endures. Shared hardship strengthens community bonds. Ultimately, winter in the north is a test of collective strength and creativity. People find ways to thrive, not just survive. Northern England's history is rich with legendary winters. The Big Freeze of 1963, when rivers froze and supplies ran low. The floods of 2015, when the Ouse and Tyne burst their banks. These events live in memory and folklore, shaping how communities prepare for what's next. By comparing today's forecasts to the past, we see both progress and risk. Technology has improved. Forecasts are more accurate, response times faster. But the stakes are higher. More people live in flood-prone areas, and infrastructure is stretched. The lessons are clear. Preparation matters. Early warnings save lives and livelihoods. Investment in flood defences and emergency planning pays for itself many times over. Communities that remember the past adapt better to the future. Looking back helps make sense of today's uncertainty. Northern England's story is one of endurance and learning. Looking ahead, Northern England stands on the edge of change. Winter 2025 is a test, but also a chance to adapt. New technologies, smarter forecasting, greener heating, and resilient infrastructure offer hope. Local councils are investing in flood-resistant housing and energy-efficient retrofits. The business community is diversifying, with new jobs in climate adaptation and clean energy. Farmers are experimenting with hardier crops and regenerative practices. The region's identity, forged by winter hardship, is now a source of innovation. Young people are leading climate action, demanding better planning and greener cities. The arts and culture sector draws inspiration from the changing landscape, telling new stories of resilience. As the 2025 winter unfolds, Northern England looks beyond the southern chill. The challenge is great, but so too is the opportunity. With science, solidarity, and creativity, the North can shape a future that honours its past and embraces the winters yet to come.